Pro music, none of that. Good morning, good morning. Oh my goodness. Here's the noonie, Queen of Hearts. What's up? What's up? Why have you started doing that? Why do you waited till I go live and you stink? Wow. Yeah, this little girl is foul. She waited for me to go live. She literally waited for me to go live. And now she smells like a trash can. What's up, y'all? So I'm trying something new, everybody. I'm trying something new. Trying something new. So okay, so TikTok, Kick, no, Kick, YouTube, y'all are right here. And TikTok, y'all are on my phone. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna try this. We're gonna see if this works. But I don't know. We're gonna see. Good morning, good morning, good morning. But anyway, no matter where you're catching me right now, you're gonna have to wait. You got to wait because Noonie smells like a trash can. So I gotta like run, change her, and then come back. Yeah, you stink. You stink. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I don't want to talk to whoever you're talking to. Hello. Yes. Hello. Yeah. Yeah. She smells terrible right now. She smells terrible. I gotta go change her. Okay. All right. There we go. Let me get the Let me get the chat fired up. Right. Sherry Noon says hello. Right. Queen of Hearts, I've been binge watching your YouTube videos. They're so practical because Hoodoo is practical. People make it so difficult because folks are out here talking about, oh, I've got to do all this. And no, you don't. No, you don't. Look, all right, let's try to make a unified chat. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try to unify the chat. I'm going to bring unity to the force before I go change this little girl who smells so bad. I love so much, but she smells so bad. QB, what's going on with you? Complicated Beasts. I've been binge watching them too, straight to the point. Yeah, y'all and I'm not fussing at all. Y'all know I have no problem fussing at y'all. But y'all be letting people tell you got to have all kinds of this and that, and you got to wait until the moon is at a certain angle, and make sure Mercury is not retrograde because if it does, you're fizzed. No. And then another thing that happens is that thank you so much for that. Thank you for the heart me. Another thing that happens is that people will wait and well, somebody remind me. I don't care which platform. Kick, YouTube, TikTok. I don't care who reminds me that I was going to tell y'all that how the reason why people make everything so complicated. Let me go change this little girl. Now, TikTok makes you pause, but I ain't going to. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Yeah, come on, you stink. You stink. We gotta make this fast. You've already pooped today. Two poop. Woo, time. I did it. I'm back. Woo, okay, yeah. So these folks, look, TikTok, let's see if that's a better angle for y'all. There. So they try to make spirituality so complicated and they add so many steps. Right, Sherry, look at me. Like for real though. Hey, I got that done quick. I'm a pro at this now. Because they know if they make it complicated, as lazy as people are now, and this is not me, I'm not bashing anybody, but society as a whole is lazy. Like, first, we had to go sit at restaurants. Then they came up with fast food because that was more convenient. Then they came up with drive through so you don't have to get out your car. Now we literally will DoorDash McDonald's to our house. And when working out became too difficult, they said, hey, here's Ozempic. Like, good grief. So they know that society as a whole has gotten more, lazy, for lack of a better term. It's gotten lazy. And so what they do is they try to play off of that by adding all these unnecessary steps. Because if they add all these steps, they know people will be like, I ain't going through all that. I ain't about to do all that. They know y'all ain't about to do all that. And what's the next step? Because they've sold you on the need to do this, right? You know how many times I have to tell people, I literally did a reading yesterday or the day before. I did a reading yesterday or the day before. I forget because I'm old. And this lady was like, I, I just feel like such and such is working on me. And I'm like, nah. But I just had so much bad going on in my life. Somebody got to be working on me. No, life happens. Not every bad luck, downfall, downturn, valley that we fall into is due to somebody burning a candle over a picture of you. Sometimes it is just bad luck or the consequences of our own, and this is the one that it really is, the consequences of our own actions or inactions. There's just not enough people out here doing work. There's not. It feels like there's a lot of people out here doing work because y'all let the algorithm trick you into thinking that. Once you watch one spiritual video, the algorithm, TikTok especially y'all. But look, y'all know you watch one spiritual video, next thing you know, everybody and their mama's doing work. That's all you see. And these people know that. And so after they've sold you on the need, and then TikTok and everywhere else sells you on how prevalent it is, well then you're like, well, I'm not gonna do it myself because I'm lazy. I ain't even gonna lie. May May, Julie Neighbors, Selena, thank y'all for the gifts. Then they know the next step is to slide up in their DMs and ask them, can you do it? Look, check this out. Every 40 days, right here. Every 40 days said I started following you and they came invading my for you page. See what I mean? See what I mean? That's how it works. Unfortunately, you follow one spiritual content creator, and then what they will say is, that must be what you like. They're not trying to educate you. Let's keep this perfectly clear. They're not trying to educate you. They're not trying to uplift or enlighten you. They're trying to keep you glued to apps because if they keep you glued to apps, then they can keep on charging these companies for advertising. Or in the case of TikTok, then they can keep on getting y'all addicted to that TikTok shop where you can buy the absolute finest in Chinese plastic garbage. Prove it. I am proving it. But see, I'm the only one that'll come on here and say this because I'm not worried about my bottom line. I got a bad knee, bad back, bad shoulder, but I'll still go out there and work for a living. I'll still go out there and work for a living. So I don't really feel the need to shuck and jive and do all this and do all that and dress up in white and wrap my head and do all this other stuff. Mr. Bojangles. The hoodoo, bit the moodoo, Mr. Bojangles. Selena, thank you so much. I ain't gotta do all that. Did the baby just say prove it? She said something. I just pretended. Y'all know that when they're in that phase where they kind of talk, and you'd be like, yeah, yeah, you did just say you want a burger. They didn't say that. That's just what it sounded like. Now they say these marketeers want you to fall for their BS so you can keep giving them money. Absolutely. And I love money just like the next person. You know, I love money, but I'm not about to compromise like the community over it. Y'all been beat up enough. Y'all been beat up enough. When people come to learn how to do a simple work and they ain't got to sit through 85 content creations that are really just commercials. What up, Coco? Glow Standard, what's going on with you? Laura said, how can I contact you? All my contact information. Oh shoot, you on YouTube. I don't know. Wait a minute. I can one of the moderators put my link tree in the section? Amp what's going on with you? Right, it's definitely commercials. Now if I'm advertising stuff, I tell you straight up that I'm advertising. Like, do you guys know? Hey, TikTok, you too. Do you got? Yes. I feel like look. I have like a whole section, right? Of like I'm a big time content creator, so these people come and just wipe the sweat off my brow. Hey, clean my face. Clean my face. Wipe my face. This is my makeup. Thank you, Noons. Thank you. Yay. Thank you, Noons. Noons. Thank you. Got the camera. Go. Thank you. The babies are paid actors, right? Appreciate that, Coco. Yeah, there's my link tree. Y'all can contact me through one of those. Through one. Why do you have wipes? Okay. Did you know that I have two things going on right now that you can absolutely take part in? So, upcoming on October the 11th, I have a community money working. Hey, little boy, how you? Oh, now you want to learn how to open the lock, little boy? No, Sherry. Thank you so much for the kicks. Right now she got two. Little boy, y'all hold on. Look, boy, leave leave that door alone. Leave that door alone. Whew, okay. All right. So, but y'all didn't see my gray sweats when I fell back in the camera, did you? I don't want to offend nobody. You know what I'm saying? So, on October the 11th, why did my hat get crooked? Bismillah. May thank you so much for the finger. Yeah. No, they didn't. They did not. They did not. Thank you for the finger. That does not sound right. Maybe the heart, the finger heart thing. Thank you. So on October the 11th, I have the Hoodoo Community Money Working. So basically, what that is we will come together and I'm gonna do it a little bit differently because normally the community workings is me standing in front of a camera and whatever I'm doing, and I do the working for you. But no, we're gonna work together. If you cannot be there live, don't worry. You'll send your information is in, but we're gonna have a small class in visualization ahead of time so that you guys get the most out of it, not just throwing money in. And let's just hope. No, we're gonna have a small visualization class ahead of time, and then what we'll do is then we'll get together and do the money working. Okay. So it is Saturday, October the 11th. You have to go through the Hoodoo app. You have to go through the app. There's an app exclusive. You go through the real Hoodoo app, also in my link tree. Okay. Download the app and you can go through and get, be a part of this class. It is 10 10 bucks. 10 bucks. All right. Anybody else on TikTok getting the echo? Now, on October the Lord, y'all. Look, would everyone go away? Why is everyone no? Okay, great. Hold on, little boy. So on October the 29th, I think when is the 29th, y'all? Lord have mercy. I be having so much going on. You got all these folks. Like, if you don't get out of the camera. Little boy, what are you doing? Good grief. I think it's the 29th. But I'll double check. On October the 29th, we have my next webinar, which is a triple threat. It is a triple threat webinar. Vibrania, thank you so much for the heart me. It is a triple threat webinar. Okay. So what we have going on, we have a webinar that's going to start with spiritual protections. Then we're going to transition into cemetery workings. And then we're going to finish with spiritual cleansings. Because I wanted it to be okay. So in the spirit of the season, the time when all the overly dramatic spiritual content creators be like, the veil is thin. Shut up. Just shut up. Okay? Just shut up. But I wanted us to do something like let's do some cemetery work, which you actually do need like a class in. So I said, okay, we'll do that. But we'll start off with spiritual protections because that'll get you ready going into the cemetery, but also just walking around through here because some of these dirty folks y'all be around, you need protection from their energy. So we'll do spiritual protections, then we'll go into cemetery work, and then we'll finish up with cleansings. You finish with cleansings in case you get some energy around you that you don't need or entities, you can get them up off of you. Okay. So not only will the protection and cleansing aspects of the webinar help with the cemetery work, but also just in general. So it's a triple threat. Make sure you go to my website, trueconjure.com. Click into the site. Click into the site, and you'll see, how to get in there. You'll see how to get in there. So what threw me off is so FBA Ludwig says, "Hey, do you have any true stories of?" Well, first of all my stories are true. Secondly, I got 10 years worth of content. Go check it out. Y'all, Ludwig came in here and said, "Do you have any stories that would make for good YouTube content?" Ludwig, check out the channel. I appreciate you being here. Check out the channel. Hey, safe space, heart me. Black Cat says sound like an amazing webinar. I hope so, brother. Thank you for being over on Kick. Look, K said must be new. Yeah, Ludwig said, I'm new here, brother. I'm sorry. Don't worry. Hey, so welcome to all the new people. I'm sure we have a few new folks. Listen, look, Ludwig said, I'm like a few hours new. Y'all check this out. I am Papalu the Broken Prophet. I have been on the interweb for like a decade, over a decade. I've been a hoodoo, not spiritual, a hoodoo practitioner for almost 40 years. Okay? Almost 40 years. And like, listen, almost, God, almost 40 years. So I kind of know my way around this thing. All right. Then also, before I was on the interweb, I was on the radio. WIGO AM 1570, where I was the only root worker in a Christian on a Christian radio station that had a show about hoodoo, working with the spirit. Check me out. So I kind of know a little bit. What's up, India? Look, Cat said, "Damn, yeah, I just look this good. I'm an old man." Kia Nicole, thank you for the super chat. Kia Nicole says, "Hey, Prophet. Hey, Kia. I appreciate you. Hey, Kimmy. Nova said, "All right now, accolades, baby. I've been doing this for a while. I've been doing this for a while. Now, granted, I only look this good because I'm sitting down. But if I stand up, it'll be snap, crackle, pops like a dang bowl of cereal." Baby Embroidery Queen, thank you for the kick. I appreciate it. Thank you. Like honestly, if I stand up, yeah, pop, 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 crackle, crackle, pop, pop. Cat said, "What water are you drinking? You look so hydrated." Are y'all saying I look greasy? Is that what y'all trying to say? Y'all trying to say I look greasy? That it? No, I live in a very rural area, so my water literally comes out of a well that's out in my yard. My water comes out of a well. I believe y'all trying to say I look greasy. Look, India said I call it dewy. Man, what the? Look, now y'all got me self conscious, and I don't do self conscious. Hold on, that's the win. What's up, big buddy? Hold on, I dried out now. Y'all, hold on. Let me see. Let me see what these kids want. Oh, little boy, you want a cookie? I heard that pop. Oh, your TV style. Come on. Chant to the people while I'm gone. You just gonna sit here and chant to them. Y'all, we can be sitting here all day just chilling, right? Like all day, we can be sitting here just chilling. But the minute I get on here and say, "Hey, y'all, welcome to the live," then they're like, "Oh, it's lights, camera, action. Let's come in here and make all the noise and let me sing the song of my people." Bro, what is it? Here, there you go. Go, go. So do y'all know at night I had to make sure I turn their toys off, the ones that make noise, because if I don't, them things go off in the middle of the night and drive me bonkers. Angela Palmer, what's going on? But I know I missed some while I was gone. Baby said you got a glow to you. Jesus. Please, mom, I sent you email months back in regards to your class and never. Oh, I'm so sorry. Go to my site. Definitely go to my site. If you want, I see you're on TikTok. Go to the link tree that's in my bio, and there's contact methods there. Or if you also anybody here that's new, I do have an app. It's called the Real Hoodoo app. Yeah, Real Hoodoo app right there. See, it's got my face on it. Okay, it is not. I repeat, it is not on the App Store or the Google Play Store. You have to go to my link tree, and you'll see it's the very first thing in my link tree. It says the Real Hoodoo app. Click it. Make sure you download it, and then also buy into the money webinar while you're there. But you can send me a DM there. So in the app, y'all are only allowed. You want a cookie? Hold on. Hold on. Good God, oh boy, you eat more cookies than talk. Here, cookie. There you go. There you go. Yeah, you're welcome. Now go on. Yeah, go on and frolic away. Here, take this too. Ah, jeez, Louise. Woo, Kimmy, thank you for the 10 kicks. I appreciate it. Thought you was the only one. No, I turn them things off. But anyway, so in the real Hoodoo app, this is funny. Y'all are only allowed to DM me. Now I have the ability to allow you guys to DM each other, but I am not, since it's my app, I'm not enabling that ability. Why? Because those of you on TikTok right now, as soon as I log off, two scammers pretending to be me are gonna message you and offer you readings. I don't do that. I don't have to. I've been here almost 40 years. I don't solicit anybody for work. I turn down work. But they're gonna do that. Hey, St. Job. But also, I don't allow y'all to DM each other because one, at least you know when you come to my app, right? You get decent instruction, you get community, and nobody's gonna fall in your DMs, offering you spiritual services, offering you readings. No Babalao is gonna be like, "Hello, the ancestors have a message for you. Please go to my WhatsApp or Telegram." You don't have to. Nor are you gonna get solicited for pics of any kind or just sent pics. Yeah, I was talking to Oh, why that is warm. I was talking to like one of my spiritual sisters today, and I was like, you know what? I Cause she was like, she was like, just we were just kidding back and forth, and I was like, one of my strengths among many, besides my humility, of course, but one of my strengths is that at least my spiritual sisters out here know, you know, at least you got a safe space. You know what I mean? It's so hard being a sister. Not saying, fellas, it's hard being us. Do I need to go put the no ma'am shirt on? It's hard being us. But at the very least, you can come around, kick it, and it's like, boy, it's not, it ain't gonna slide in my DMs. Good grief. At least y'all got a safe space. Not saying some of y'all don't abuse it. If y'all saw my DMs, ladies, y'all are some dirty, dirty girls. Big Mama Eagle, what's going on with you? I've known Big Mama Eagle for like 5 years now, six. She venture off, then come back. Thank you for the roses, ma'am. Venture off, come back. Right. The women are worse than the men. Y'all are some dirty, dirty, dirty girls. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, no, ma'am. No, no. Look, women will send me pictures of themselves. Do I look like I need a glamour spell? And I'm like, ma'am, now I know you ain't sent me a picture like that. And so after 10 minutes, I delete the picture and be like, no, ma'am, absolutely not. After 10 minutes, I was like, absolutely not, ma'am. No. Right. No, negative. We will not be doing that today. I am a spiritual and godly man. I'm a spiritual and godly man. We will not be having this go on. Anyway, all right. So this is what we're gonna do. Y'all know, if you're new, we do Hoodoo Q&A here. I've been joking for way too long. Let me go pay the water bill. Right. They'll here tempt and vice Jesus. I shall not be tempted. Okay. I gotta go pay the water bill. I'm gonna come right back. Um, the way Hoodoo Q&A works is put a capital Q and then your question, because you see the chat is moving. I'm using an app that combines the chat for me. So you see, we got a bunch of people on Kick. Look, we've got a full house today. So my chat that I see is moving like this. So if you put a capital Q, it helps me to see your question. Let me go pay this water bill because I've been drinking energy drink, and I'll be right back. Be right back. Not let them videos stay any longer than 10 minutes. I'm a godly man. Well, my eyes were floating. Do y'all hear me? Like I had to go. How do you go about people still believing in God but doing witchcraft? Well, I feel like there's nothing that exists up under the sun without his allowance. So if it's allowed to be here, then it still is serving his plan. Now, I don't define what we do in hoodoo, voodoo, palo, any of the Orisha traditions as witchcraft. Laura says, Laura, you said you can't find my link tree. You just gotta scroll up. Like they literally put it in the chat for you. Vibranium says, question, do you have to believe in hoodoo for it to work against you? No, you absolutely do not. You don't have to believe in the blicky for it to take you on up out of here. They be like, "Blah." I don't believe in that. You want to say hey? Here, say hey.
Huh?
Say hey.
Huh?
There we go. A lot of people will ask that question. And Vibranium, I'm not saying that it is that you, but a lot of people ask that question because of that movie, The Skeleton Key, where they spent all that time trying to make people believe so that they can swap bodies with them. Nah, that ain't a thing. That is so not a thing. Shoot, I doggone get you whether you believe or not. You know what I'm saying? Leah the loctician says the minute I heard her witchcraft, I froze. Look, oh, I mean, the thing is, we live in a world where everyone is encapsulated, where we have things like this that connect us around the globe, but we still are like islands where we only know our own people, our own things. So if that's where you grew up, then I mean, it's your thing. And a lot of times, it's unfortunately a part of the human condition that anything we're not familiar with gets put into a bubble where we're either afraid of it or we dislike it. So when I get asked questions like that, it don't even shake me. One, because I'm an old man, so I'm not like. of the 2025 variety where it's like, oh no, you've got to agree with me or else I'm going to, I must cancel you. Nah, we don't all have to eat the same thing to sit at the table together. You know, what's up, Ruthie? That's the thing. We do not have to eat the same thing to sit at the table together. We'll be good. Let's see. Did I miss any questions? I feel like somebody asked some before, but I didn't get to them. The real stallion says, "Hello, could I DM you a private message?" Absolutely, absolutely. My daddy Pimp Neck Slickback said, "I need some money. Any money spells? All kinds of them. All kinds of them." So simply, if you wanted to go the store bought, why can't I? Blah, 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 the store bought route, which isn't necessarily bad. You can just take a money candle, dress it lightly with some money oil, burn some money incense, and pray the 23rd Psalm. Very simple. Don't you be shaking that bottle everywhere. Very simple. Thanks for the follow, SST1. Okay. Are there any Hoodoo practice? Yeah, I just gave you one. AP Nicole says, question: if I'm staying with a friend at the moment, can we both set up our ancestor altars in the same home? Absolutely. That is an excellent question. And the answer is absolutely. You know, people have set up ancestor altars in hotel rooms. So, you know, it's not like one roof, one ancestor altar. No. Because you have to realize there was a time when multiple families lived under one roof. When this thing called hoodoo was being constructed on the plantation, who knows how many of us will be in one roof in a shotgun shack. So yeah, absolutely. That was an excellent question. Question: is it true that you can't have an ancestor altar in a bedroom? That is absolutely false. That is absolutely false. Okay, you can have an ancestor altar in your bedroom. Ancestor altars can be movable. You know, I know a lot of people, and hear me well, they will try to make things seem very spooky, and a lot of times the spookiness comes through fear. And I've said this before: marketeers will try to add three things to add some spook to it. They will try to add the red stuff. That's why in every movie, before they do a spell, they're like, they try to add the red stuff, they try to add the moon, and they try to add fire. Okay, those three things. But they also will try to add just a little bit of fear. They try to make you afraid of things. So be careful. Because if you do this, that might happen. Do that, this might happen. No. The truth be told, your ancestor altar, those are your people. Those are your people. Would you be afraid of Big Mama being in the room when you were asleep? I'd be afraid of one of them Big Mama dolls being in the room when I was asleep. But Big Mama, no. Would you be afraid if you wouldn't. So no, you can absolutely have an altar in an ancestor altar in the bedroom. You want more, don't you? That was an excellent question. Keep them coming. I'm enjoying this. Let's dispel some of these myths so that y'all actually start working. Okay. Let's dispel some of these myths so that y'all actually start working. Here's the crazy part. The crazy part is that the work the spiritual content creators, because they're not all spiritualists. Y'all have to understand that there's a difference between a spiritualist that is online and a spiritual content creator. Okay, there's a big difference. So the thing is, what they don't understand is this: if they empower you, you will come back. But if they just try to sell you, you feel like you're being sold, taken advantage of, and you go away. They're not building community by they're tearing it down. It's weird. So I try to empower you, you know, instead of making you afraid of everything. Y'all know what's funny? Do y'all know traditionally back in the root worker didn't do all the work for you? Spiritual law and physical law, they run parallel. People love to make up rules for spirituality that don't exist anywhere else because it's magic. That's not the thing. That's not the thing. Does your doctor do everything for you? No. Your doctor diagnoses the problem, gives you some stuff, and says, go home, follow these directions. That's how the root workers used to work back in the day. That's why they call them root doctors. And that empowered the community because, here, take this incense, take this herb, go home and do this. You would do that, and then your problem would be fixed. But guess what? Later on, when a friend or a family member had that same problem, you would say, hey, go down to that shop, buy this and that. This is what they told me to do last time. It worked for me. Right? It worked for me. That's how we, one, kept the tradition alive, and two, that's why everybody knew a little something. But see, now they have people thinking that the worker does all the work for everybody all the time. That's why so many of y'all will, after grandmama die, you go into her house, find one bottle of oil, and say, "Oh my God, I came from a long line of root workers." No, you did not. Your grandmama just came from a time when everybody knew a little bit of something because it was just a part of our culture, our heritage. Big Mama Eagle said, "Are you off?" Of course. Message me. Message me. It's such a joy to see how patient you are with the babies. You know what's funny? I fuss at them all the time. I do. I fuss at them all the time. But they know I'm just talking. They know I'm just talking. Y'all know what I found is amazing, and I know I'm going to like I'm gonna scroll up and get these questions. But y'all know what's amazing? Like the differences between boys and girls and how we interact with boys and girls. Like Wreck It Ralph, when he has a problem, he comes to me and then we both go together because I know I'm raising, he's eventually going to be expected to be a man. And so I can't solve his problems. I can show him how to solve them. Right? Plus, he's going to be four. He almost a man now, you know? But that's how, so when he comes to me, it's like, hey, this is what I have going on. And then he'll lead me to it. Noonie, on the other hand, Noonie will come in here crying, pat me on the shoulder, and point. And I'm like, well, shoot, let me go fix this. And I stand up, and she just walks behind me like, yeah, he about to come fix that. Here come the smoke. I told you. That's how you do. You don't even walk with me. You stay behind me. Get on my nerves, little girl. Get on out of here. Oh man. Right, kids do not care. They will blink and ask you the same question 50 times. But and so will TikTok. So will TikTok. You know how many times TikTok will come in here? Look, you know one thing TikTok has taught me about the spiritual community. Yeah, no need. One, TikTok has the attention span of a goldfish. One, and two, everybody is lonely, broke, and homeless. Because I get asked the same questions every live stream. Y'all know I love y'all. Okay, questions. Let me scroll up and see if I can catch some. All right, I was right here. A good books to start a spiritual journey. A spiritual journey in what? If you're talking about hoodoo, they really kind of suck because there are no real how-to books. Although I do recommend one, the King James Bible. Gotta have that. King James Bible. A Secret History of Memphis Hoodoo by Tony Cale. Now Tony Cale's a non-melanated fellow, but he's a cultural and spiritual anthropologist. He's not somebody trying to do a root work, trying to show you root work. His books don't teach you work; they teach you the history behind it, which you got to get some understanding if you're gonna make some stuff work. And three, Voodoo Hoodoo by Jim Haskins. Voodoo Hoodoo by Jim Haskins. And the funny thing is, it has voodoo in the title, but the book is about hoodoo. If you don't get out of Noni, seriously, go on. All right, let's see here. Bum, 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 bum. Right, right, Sherry. If the um if the marketeers can't dazzle you with their brilliance, they're gonna try to baffle you with their bullshit. Pardon my language. How do I use Queen's Root? Keep it in your pocket. Keep it in your pocket. The minimum dolls is creepy as they should be. Coco said, "Yeah, what? Yeah, Lexi is having the same thing going on that I have going on. Lexi has, her youngins bugging her, and plus she's working. So same thing. Cat says attraction working. Something has. Okay, I'm Cat. I'm gonna need you to actually make it a sentence. Okay, make it a question. Don't just put a Q and then just some sentence fragments. We must show our work here, class. Class. Hey, show your work. No shortcuts here. Show your work. But Cat says question: attraction working. Something that has an aphrodisiac effect, not for anyone in particular, just because. Yes, mix you a bath of catnip Damiana. Okay? Catnip and Damiana. Catnip boosts confidence because we all know confidence is sexy. Damiana increases sexual attraction. I'm trying to teach. Thank you. Thank you. Now, will you go away? No, you can. No, you can. You cannot have soda. No. Will it keep you quiet? Here, here. It's caffeine free. Knock yourself out. Whoa, hey, hey, slow down. Hold on now. That's hitting them corners too fast. Gotta slow down. What's wrong with you? God almighty. Mama Lucy Bell says there are some that just want to make money. That's so true. And the sad part is it's hard for y'all to see who is who. Hypno Goddess Rabbit says, can you use cinnamon and Florida water alone to attract money? No. With bills included, of course, because they are correspondences. They are not correspondences at all. Whoever told you that is so wrong. There is no correspondence between Florida water and cinnamon. None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. And matter of fact, and y'all stop blowing cinnamon all through your house thinking that attracts money. It doesn't. It doesn't. Have y'all noticed how bad apple pies have started to taste lately? Have y'all noticed that? You can't get a good apple pie. That's because these knickknocks out here taking up all the dang on cinnamon. It's Monday. It's the first of the. Stop. Will you get out? Get out of the camera. Here. Good God Almighty! I swear, everything turns into a trend, and honestly, that's why it makes it hard for y'all to discern what's authentic and what isn't, because you think logically that if I see 50 million people doing it, it must be right. But in actuality, 50 million and one are doing it so they can get the same traction as everyone before them. Florida water is a cleanser. It is a cleanser. Okay. Now cinnamon is one of those things that it depends on how you use it because it does not speed up the working. It doesn't. Everyone thinks that if I just put some cinnamon, it'll speed the working up. Well, not all the time. Not all the time. Because name a working that y'all do that you don't want to happen really fast. Everything you do, you want to happen really fast. So if cinnamon sped the working up, wouldn't it be an ingredient in every working? No. Good. Like Cajun food, most of the time, if you cook some Cajun food, they say, well, first you make a roux. Where my Louisiana food? Not you don't even have to be Cajun. Where my Louisiana folks at? First you make a roux. Them old school grandmamas, if they making a stew or anything, that's usually the first part of the recipe. Well, first you make a roux. Well, first you got to bake a roux. So if cinnamon sped up the working, most of the time you'd be like, well, first you got to get your cinnamon. First, you got to get your cinnamon, but they don't because that's not how it works. All right. And I promise you, I speak passionately, but I'm not fussing. I promise you, I'm not. Y'all know what I'm fussing. Yes, more here. Yeah. Slow down. Hold on. Calm down. I hope you don't never take up a liking for beer when you get old because you will be a problem. You will be a problem. Beverly Hill, thank you so much for the gifts. So no, the answer is you cannot use cinnamon and Florida water to attract money. No. Let me get that down here. Blah, blah, blah. Look, I'm scrolling. AP says, question: why do I always see owls at right on the floor or on power line? Why do I always see owls at night on the ground or on power lines and trees? Because owls, AP, because owls are nocturnal birds, so that's why you see them at night. They sleep during the daytime. Hey, thanks for the question. I appreciate it. Ooh, Gingerly poetic. Thank you for the thank you for the heart me. I'm behind. I gotta speed up. Laura said, "Am I signed up for Linktree?" No, Linktree, Laura. Oh my gosh. So Linktree just shows you all the. You're not signing up for Linktree, Laura. It shows you all the ways you can contact me, in one place. It is literally a tree of all my links. That's what it is. Yes, you can have more. Gingerly Poet said, "Question: Can you go back to your old price on your website?" Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. Absolutely not. What's up, Denisha? Do you currently have Queen's Root on your site? Go check it out. TrueConjure.com. When you go in there, you will see it says you can go into my shop. Click in there, look around. Y'all stop being lazy. Being lazy. Y'all be asking me about videos I have and stuff. I'm like, go look. Is Queen's Root back in stock? If not, when will Live? Are you drinking wine right now? Liv, I thought your name said Live Drink Swine. And I'm like, how you drink swine? And I'm like, oh, Liv drinks wine. I get it now. Okay. Okay. But no, it is on the side. I don't know if every time I get some Queens Root in, it like leaves like that. So go check. Queen B45. So I purchased a Queens Root and I must say it is working wonderfully. Ache. Laura says, question. I started cleansing on myself last night and I started with my head at my chest. I started and the egg busted. You probably pressing too hard. So I put it in water and it was bad. I don't know what you mean. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me do the little. Why do I have to do the little slide, the little puzzle piece for TikTok? Boy, if you don't, go on. Here, take your cookies. And there you go, scurrying off. I'm sorry, I don't understand. I don't think I understand your question. All right, Boo Baby says, question. Do you have to cover up your ancestor altar? We change your clothes if it's in your room? No. So where that came from is people brought that from Orisha traditions, where they'll say if you have an issue or something in your room, don't walk in front of them naked. And people love to take something from one tradition and bring it over here. That ain't something we do. Like, man, listen, Boo Baby, think about it like this. Your grandmama is on that ancestor altar. Just humor me here. Now let's just say your grandmama is, I don't want that cookie. I gave it to you. I A cookie do be cool though. So Big Mama come to your house. She walks in the room when you changing, and you cover up. What's the first thing Big Mama gonna say? If you don't shut up, I used to change your diapers. True story. I said to my grandma one time, I was like, Big Mama, hold on. I said, boy, ain't nobody looking at you. I used to change your diaper. I'm like, Big Mama, stuff done changed since then. You know what I'm saying? Especially 2025, stuff can really change. Let me stop. Don't cancel me. It was a joke. Don't cancel me. So yeah, you can absolutely. You don't have to go through all that. There, go. Stop. You are trying your best to grab that phone. You are trying your best to grab that phone. Ron Reeves says, so I watched a short the other day regarding floor wash with basil for money. Accuracy? Go ask them. Only ask me about my workings. Because, see, the thing is, you guys know that I know what I'm talking about. You come here. You guys know that I know what I'm talking about, but you will instead use me to vet other people. We can be at the West. Thank you for the roses. And so I've stopped doing that. Respectfully, everyone on all platforms, I've stopped doing. Don't DM me, message me, or ask me about something you saw somewhere else. Only ask me for something, or ask me about to clarify something that I've put out. I know I'm old Southern and traditional and black, so yeah, do that respectfully. Right? Isn't it hot pepper that speeds up? Is neither. The marketeers, mainly Lucky Mojo Curio Company, put things up like that because they wanted to put things in groups because they understand the human condition is I like to group things. These are money herbs. These are love herbs. These are good luck herbs. When in reality, everything that we have multitask because when you are a marginalized group of people who only have access to so much, but you're also very practical, then you know, well, everything that we do or that we have serves multiple tasks. It does multiple jobs. I use the analogy of the butter knife. The butter knife in the black home does everything but spread butter on bread. It's a screwdriver, it's a paint scraper, it unlocks doors. Everything that we have does a bunch of different things. So why would our roots and herbs be any different? Why would our roots and herbs be any different? Licorice root is a controlling or a commanding root, but if you put it behind a refrigerator or a stove, it helps with weight loss. Cinnamon can be a cleanser in certain proportions, in certain oils. It can promote fast luck, but if you just took my last class on Hoodoo fast luck spells, it comes with a cost and it always has a price. It can do that. But if you mix cinnamon, myrrh, and aloe into a powder and sprinkle it around your bedroom, well, shoot, that was the first love drawing powder right there. So no, it's not just one thing does this one thing all the time. No. Devin says, can white people practice hoodoo? That has been like a loaded question. I'm gonna tell you like this. Hoodoo gains its power from the African ancestors. That's one thing that the um that the marketeers took out of hoodoo. They took out the word religion, they took out the Bible, and they took out the connection that you need towards the ancestors. Okay? So, with that being said, it is hard to practice hoodoo if you do not have a connection to those ancestors. But hard is not impossible. Also, remember what I told you in the beginning that the root worker did not always do the work for people. They told you what to do. So, ask and look, everybody here. Do y'all think the root worker only had black clients? especially post emancipation. Do you think the root workers only had black clients? I'm gonna scroll it. I'm gonna miss a bunch of questions. Right, they did not only have black clients. So if they told this non less than melanated person, because they have some just in teensy amounts, if they told this less than melanated person, you need to take this home, mix it with that, and do this, did they not just teach them what to do? So can they practice? Hmm, debatable. But I do honestly feel like everyone would be more successful if they started with the practices of their own ancestral realm, line, lineage, whatever, whatever you want to call it. Yes, cinnamon, myrrh, and aloe. Absolutely. Carrie says, "What if your child is half black?" That does not have anything to do with you, Carrie. But I've also said a lot of times it depends on how a person approaches the work and the ancestors, on how much help they'll lend towards their cause. Because there's some of us that the work should have been gate kept from. So, they do what they want to do. That's one thing I learned. Listen, I'm an old man. The ancestors do what they want to do. And I have seen they do what they want to do. And I'll just leave it at that. They do what they want to do. I know of a white fella who John the Conqueror loves him. And I'm like, hey, all right, there, boy. Hey, do your thing. I know some people whose ancestors, I know some black folks whose ancestors can't stand them because all they do is go to the ancestor altar and sit and beg all the time. They sit and they beg. They drop stuff. They drop stuff down that their ancestors didn't even like. They dropped stuff down their ancestors didn't like because the book said they people did not even drink, and they putting big old cups of rum on there because the book said rum. They putting piles of leaves and herbs on there because the book said so. Everything good with the orders? Yeah, everything's good. Everything's great with the orders. Make another one. And then they sit and beg, and they beg, and they beg. When think about it, would your people have liked if you just come by only when you needed something? Y'all forget they still think. They still have feelings, emotions, and you only come by when you need something. Piling up stuff that they never even liked. Putting some old gross plain black coffee on there, and when you know me, Mom used to love cream and sugar, but your Baba Lao said put plain black coffee on there. I feel like the caffeine is starting to hit me. Oh, and ladies, so I here I got two brushes for Nooney's hair because y'all keep on tearing me up about the brush, and I've been conditioning her hair, and I will say her afro, hey, it's looking good. It's looking good. Big guy said, well, some people only come by when they need something in real life, so they doing it. Oh, big eyes. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Black Eye 69. Wait, what? Why does that? Your name is Black Eyed 69. Why? That sounds way too aggressive. Like that sounds way too aggressive. That sounds like gin and Newports after the club. Good God Almighty! That's what you chose. Out of all, you like, I want to be referred to as Black Eyed 69. God, that sounds like Saturday night in my 20s. Good times. How to enhance connection with ancestors if you didn't know them in life? Well, the key is consistency, right? This is what I tell people. And I've got two ancestor altar, not selling you, just offering two ancestor altar webinars on my website. But what you can do, and this is what I tell everyone, you have to be consistent. If you did not know them in life, start off with just a glass of water and a white candle, and then go there and introduce yourself, okay? And say, I'm open to getting to know you. And then take a pen and a paper, and you take what thoughts enter your head, what pictures did you smell something, did you feel a touch, a tap, write all that down, because you're increase, just because you have taken a notion to put up an ancestor altar doesn't mean that they know. What? No. Here. Okay. More. You don't want that? You getting cranky. Just because you decide to put up an ancestor altar, thank you so much, Wicked B, doesn't mean that they know how to communicate with it. So it's a learning process for you both. So consistency. And here's the key. Here's a little tip, a trip, a little regalo, a little lagnape. No, they don't know I speak all these languages. Io italiano I prefere. So tell them, guys, I'm going to be here every Thursday at 6 p.m. or whatever time. Make an appointment and keep it. Make an appointment and keep it. And you will absolutely start to get more bubbles in the water, more pulsing in the candle, you know. And then you'll start to like, I tell you what happened to somebody. And I mean, I had a hand in their spiritual journey. They were talking to their sister. Now, this person does not smoke. Their sister does not smoke. Remember that. This person had a beverage in the other room. So in the middle of the conversation with their sister, they say, "Hold on, let me go get my drink." But before they could say drink, they said, "Let me get my cigarettes." And they stopped like, "I don't smoke." "Yeah, you don't smoke. Where did that come from?" There you go. It can be just as easy as that. So she went and bought a pack of cigarettes, set it on the ancestor altar. We make things so difficult in spirituality because we're so afraid. And I'll tell you why. This look, y'all ready for some life coaching? If y'all want just a little bit of life coaching, all right, start hitting one in the chat. I'm about to pay the water bill. I'm about to go pay the water bill. And I gotta take Noonie with me because she'll be all in the camera while I'm gone. Woo. Okay, here we go. Y'all have heard me say this before. People come, a lot of people come to the hoodoo community or the spiritual community based off of a need. Someone's broken up with them, someone has fired them, maybe they had a string of bad luck, and they fall down a rabbit hole and here they come. But what they don't tell you is before they ended up here, they have tried everything in their power to turn their situation around. So they when they end up here, they're lonely, broken, and their faith is at zero. It is at zero. So people are afraid to fail. They're afraid to fail. Because one thing they're doing when they come to spiritual work or spirituality, they're like, listen, I have tried everything here. Here's my little bit of hope left. Here's my last string right here. Help. And I'm afraid to fail because if I fail, what do I have left? And I'm afraid to hit zero. So that's why people ask a bunch of what seems like redundant questions because if I make it so complicated, then I don't have to start, and I can't fail if I don't start. I can't fail if I don't start. So let me overcomplicate this so that I don't have to start. And I know this. I jokingly say oftentimes I'm the worker of last resort because by the time y'all and I don't know, I have asked the Most High, I've asked my ancestors, I'm a Tata of Palo Mayombe, I have asked the Impungo, I have asked La Santa Muerte, I've asked everyone. Can I ain't asked you, Noonie. Like, can y'all bring me somebody that's got a little bit of faith left, please? But I get it. I get it. That's why I come on here. I come on here and I dress normally. Look. I'm probably the most normal looking and acting person in the spiritual community on all the platforms. Everybody else want to shuffle all weird, all hard. Make sure y'all tap in, tap the screen, shut alive. Make sure y'all tap in, tap the screen, shut alive. Or they dunking all their candles in the bathtub like a damn fool. Or they done caked all the roots and herbs that they can on the one candle and be like, I don't know why it's burning like that. So I come on here to be relatable because if I'm relatable and I joke around, we can laugh and if we can laugh together, we can learn together. And if you can relate to me, then even if you end up disliking me, at least you'll still walk away like I hate that bastard, but he sure know what the hell he talking about. I can't stand that joker, but he sure know what he talking about. Shoot, I'm gonna come back. That's why I'm gonna steal all his stuff and repost it on my page like it's mine. So that's why people make things overly complicated. So I verily, because y'all I'm vice Jesus, verily I say unto you, so you just gotta step out there. You just gotta step out there. You're gonna be all right. Okay? You cannot accidentally make your situation worse. Spiritual workings do not backfire. Spells do not backfire. They either work or they don't. Okay? No, no. They either work or they don't. You're not gonna accidentally curse your family. You're not gonna accidentally, you know, like summon a demon. It doesn't work that way. You're not gonna do it. All you're gonna it'll either work or it won't. But guess what? If it doesn't work, you can do it again. And if it doesn't work, you can do it again. That's how you learn. Spiritual law, physical law run parallel. That first cake that you ever bake, you may luck up on a good one, but for 99% of us, it is going to be hot garbage. But it's going to progressively get better until you pull something out of that oven that's going to be amazing. Your spiritual work will be the same thing. In the beginning, oh goodness, get bye, bye, bye. In the beginning, your spiritual work is not going to be the best. But eventually, that person will come back. And if they don't, somebody that look and act better will. Money will come. But in your persistence, besides skill in root work, you have gained faith and trust in self. And that's what I see a lot of us don't have. We have tumbled down the rabbit hole of bad decisions so much, so often, so far that shoot, we don't trust nobody, not even our own selves. We look at somebody and we like, oh, you don't mean you mean bad by me. But it's not them we don't trust. We don't trust us because if I like you, something must be wrong with you. How many times we have felt that? If I like you, something must be wrong with you. Shoot. So oftentimes the spiritual journey starts with the rebuilding of self. Rebuilding the self. Rebuilding the confidence. Cause y'all know me, I'm very humble, but I still say, yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. Boy, cause I'm the meanest son of a gun in the valley. Better watch your step. If you turn the corner and you see me fighting a bear, you better call 911 and tell them, hey, it's a bear out here that needs some help. Fast. Shoot. I don't know why my old tail like sitting Indian style. Like my knees ain't about to sound like gunshots when I stand up. I don't know why. I like sitting like this when I right and hips. When I know if I sit here longer than 30 seconds, there's gonna be problems. I know this. So y'all make sure, right, pow pow. No, not this whole time. Normally when I'm sitting here with y'all, I'll have one leg tucked up under me, but now I just put like both of them. But yeah, blickies, just ga ga ga. Ray Day says, my skin has been crawling lately. Is it perimenopause or something spiritual? It could just be dry skin. Things like this, right? Questions like this, absolutely, you can absolutely ask them. But a lot of the time, this is what I tell my students and my godchildren. I say, listen, let me tell y'all what my granddaddy told me when I was a little kid. He said, if you walking through the woods and you see some hoof prints on the ground, you need to be thinking horse before you start thinking zebra. And what he meant by that was you need to look at the most common answer first before you get into things that are supernatural or exotic. Because not everything that we encounter has a supernatural significance, right? What up, cuz? Not everything that we encounter has a supernatural significance. A lot of the things that we have going on are just you know, shoot. Look, I live down here in South Georgia. If I feel something crawling on me, it's usually a gnat. I ain't even gonna lie. And guess what? If I see a gnat, it ain't a monitoring spirit. Good God Almighty. Monitoring spirits. Don't get me started on those. I'm trying to end this live. May, thank you for the gift. I'm trying to end this live. Do not get me started on monitoring spirits. Cuz I'm about to cuz I'm gonna call you when I get off this live. Cause I need some help. Oh, Naomi, if you're in here, Ray Day, thank you for the gifts. Naomi, if you're in here, um, Sherry, I listen. So y'all don't have to come 2 weekends in a row, but I do. I'm gonna get with y'all in the group chat because we got something we planning. Leslie, thank you for the kicks. I appreciate it. Now the thing is supposed to pop up here in the screen. Why is it not? Why does it not pop up here? Right here, I'll highlight it right there. Thank you so much. Okay, AP Nicole says, question: if I use a dish on my ancestor altar, can I use it for different things around the house as well, or only for the ancestor? I would prefer And that's an excellent question. I prefer that you only use it for them. Not that we consecrate things, because we don't consecrate things in Hoodoo. Remember, multitasking? I prefer that you left it there. But if you can't, you're not going to tick them off. They'll understand. Just let them know, hey, I would have a dish just for y'all. And look, teachable moment. Let them know, "Look, I would have a dish just for you guys, but y'all see, I'm not exactly flush with plates right now, so I got to reuse it. But if y'all want to kick in on the dish situation around here, I will upgrade you." You don't have to say it like that. That's how I talk to my people. You and your people may be more formal, but that is something that you absolutely can and Cookie Monster. You know, don't always go and beg for things, but you can let them know, hey, if y'all want to come up off this little table, then kick in some more chips around here, then maybe y'all can get some a little bit bigger. That's all. Look, I don't teach y'all things that I don't do. And those of you who've been following me for a long time, y'all have seen me go from a room to an apartment to a townhouse. Now I'm on Hoodoo Acres. You know, and all the time I would tell them, when I get, you get. I'm not gonna be giving y'all all this stuff, and I'm over here lacking. You ain't gonna be drinking coffee every morning, and I gotta have a doggone eat me a water sandwich. That ain't about to happen. That ain't about to happen. You don't even have a stomach no more. Mine empty. Phoenix, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Gratitude, private, for your humor and wisdom at the same darn time. I try, and we can laugh together. We can learn together, and if we can, like I said, you don't have to like me, but you will know that what I teach is what it is. Yeah. Sure. Ain't nobody said you had to be besties with your professor. It helps. Yeah, you gotta ask some of my godchildren in Palo. They were like, "Pocket, man, Tata be getting on me, boy." Hey, but I make fighters. I don't make singers. I got that from. So if y'all don't know, Palo Mayombe is an African traditional religion. It was a diasporic traditional religion. I think we get used to saying African traditional religion, but it really, even though it came from the Congo, it was actually birthed in Cuba. Denisha, thank you for the kicks. It was actually birthed in Cuba. The same way, yes, hoodoo has African roots, but make no mistake about it, hoodoo is an African American tradition. Noni, what are you doing, man? Here, this is what you want? Get out. You want to see yourself in the camera. Get out of here. Get on. So we get used to saying African traditional. But anyway, my godfather's godfather, right? He was a and he was like an old Cuban dude. He was like, "Damn, I'm not trying to make all these singers. I want brujos." And so what he meant was my godfather at the time was real good at singing the songs in Palo. Cuena Congo, Congo. He was real good at singing the songs in Palo. But he maybe was not as strong. Will you move? Where are you going? Get. He was maybe not as strong of a spiritual worker as his tata would have liked for him to be. And so he would like always step in and be like, I don't want all these singers. I want brujos. And so that's kind of how I am. Look, Nooney, I'm gonna end this live because you are not, ma'am. Why are you bullying me right now? Here, you are so mad. She is bullying me, y'all. I'm over here getting beat up. Ain't nobody sending help. Nobody checking on me. Nothing. And I don't even. I know that there's more. I bet you don't. I wish you would have a swig of energy drink. I will leave. Before I let you have a swig of energy drink, I will leave this house. Because if that happens, I will leave. I don't look. Ha- Handling you regular is enough. So I ain't on a monster. Absolutely not. Right? She trying to see who I'm talking to. Like who that woman? You just hit me. Silly. Come on, I gotta get up off of here. Cause she ain't gonna let me be great. Yeah, you almost fail. You almost fail. Sometimes I be asking, you know what, this is wrong. I know this is wrong. But sometimes I be like, God, just let her fall. Don't hurt anything. Let her feel a little bit of pain so that she know to stop. It's just like and I know this is bad. You ever been in traffic and somebody go vroom, just driving by real fast and reckless, and you just get real quiet, hoping to hear a boom? Is that just me? I'm the only evil one here who thinks that. I'm the only evil one here. Cause I sure be like, that'd be so satisfying. Like, ooh, that'd be so sad. Like when they be like, vroom, like, oh man. Listen, that'd be the only time if you drive and you see them pulled over. Like by the time you get up there, like the police got them pulled over to the side. Look, hey, you be like, you don't mess with the police. You can't mess with the police. Look, you be the exact opposite. You be the exact opposite of NW up the police. No, that time you be like, good job, Officer Carl. Thank you for keeping us safe, sir. That be one of the times I be wanting to drive by, like drive around, cause the only thing I ride around with, if I don't have on like my Jetstone necklace or something, I have Florida water in the car at all. Not Florida water, holy water in the car at all times. Oh, and a railroad nail. But that's sometimes I be wanting some crossing powder. So when I see them, I can roll down the window and be like, look, I knew. I knew. She was just waiting to TikTok. She was waiting to grab y'all. Um, shoot. She said, especially the ones that get in front of you in close proximity. Right. It's two things that should be legal. Like it should be legal for you just to smack fire out of any Karen that you see. Like when they just be like, and then they're like, bow. Don't sit down somewhere, Karen. That should be legal. And also, if you see somebody driving like that, like you can just give them a little love tap with your bump. Just a little love tap with your bump. Like when you look and you see a motorcycle just for no reason in the HOV lane and it's just one of you, just you should be able to just be like, just a little bit, just a little love tap. Smoothie Cutie, how's it going? Wendy says, wait, explain where you keep those things, please. Well, I keep holy water in the car because holy water has a multitude of uses. Because I never know where, well, not that I never know, but let's just say I'm going to visit someone who is currently in a state funded or county or city funded institution of higher learning. Y'all know what I mean by that. Well, you walk in those places, there's no happiness in there. None. And so that carries with it a lot of negative spiritual energy. So you want to cleanse that off of you before you get home. Oh. Or, or, like my ladies who, or maybe some of the brothers, hey, who go and, maybe you're a midnight ballerina. Well, even those places, a lot of times, there's a lot of energy that you don't want to take with you. So holy water will cleanse a lot of that off of you. And I like to keep holy water in the car versus Florida water because I live in a very hot area and Florida water has a high alcohol content. And what will happen is if you keep Florida water in the car, if it doesn't go boom, if it gets hot enough, Well, the alcohol will denature. It will seep out, and then you got yeah, it's water with some with a little bit of Florida in it. You ever leave accidentally some like the hand sanitizer in the car, and it gets heated and cooled a bunch of times, and then when you go and squirt some in your hands, it's like ew. It's like ew. It don't even it doesn't have that cooling feel because all the alcohol is gone out of it. So I keep holy water in the car, so I don't have to worry about that. And right, absolutely hospitals, absolutely hospitals. I don't care if you go into a hospital. What's up, lady, magical lady Duchess? I saw you pop up in here. Look, she's like, I'm trying to slide in here. You shut me up. If that's the real you, you know, there's so many scam pages out here. I have scam pages. Listen, TikTok. If we get off this live and I fall up in your DMs offering you a reading, it ain't me. I don't do that. I do not contact people offering readings. Get out of my pocket. This little girl is always going in my pocket. Practicing for some man someday. Shoot. So that's why I keep that stuff. But I was gonna say, yeah, she go in my pocket. She like run them pockets. Junior, what's up, brother? My god brother has entered the chat. I feel like we've gotten older now. So are you still Junior or are you JR now? Because we've gotten older. Tony, get up. Come here. Get off. Get. God bless you. Ricky Ralph in there sneezing. But that's why I keep holy water in the car. Now the railroad nail, I keep the railroad nail under the seat because the railroad nail kept under the driver's seat guards you against accidents and mechanical failure. So if you know your car is old and busted, put you a railroad nail up under driver's seat. Someone was asking about one of my classes. What about them? Oh, the playing card, how to read playing cards class. You have to contact me and then I'll help you with that. I always try to keep Noonie covered. You know, some people post. I think we overshare on the internet. You know, and I'm not one of those folks. Like I'm here to show you some parts of my life, some parts of like who I am, but I'm here mainly for the community. And so it's like anybody on TikTok, you can go to my link tree and it'll show you how to get in touch with me. I'm going to log in and do readings after this live. So you'll see my green light come on if you want to do the per minute reading, or you can book a reading through my website, 15 minute or 30. Now, if you book a 15-minute or 30-minute reading, they are done through Google Meet. They're done through Google Meet, and I have an AI note taker. So after our session is over, I'll send you a transcript of everything we talked about. So you're not sitting there like, oh my god, I've gotta remember all that. Just one railroad nail under. Yes, that will do. Do I make my own holy water? No. I go collect that stuff. I go to the church and get that. So it's, you know it's funny if you get your holy water from me, you know where it came from, and especially if you guys get your crossroads dirt or your graveyard dirt from me, you know I'm not just opening up a bag of potting soil. So I knew someone who ran a spiritual shop, right? And and they showed me a picture of their graveyard dirt that they were selling people, and I said, "Nah, ma'am, Miss Ma'am, I first of all." You must be collecting that graveyard dirt. Yeah, that's dog. And some rich farmland because y'all, the dirt was black. And so I'm like, This dirt was black. I'm like, that's the richest graveyard I've ever seen before in my life. I mean, you could grow anything in that soil, but guess what, y'all? It had the little white perlite balls in it. It had the little white perlite balls in it. I said, ma'am, Miss Ma'am, if you gonna open up a bag of potting soil and tell people it's graveyard dirt, at the very least, at the very least, take the little white perlite balls out of it. At the very least, take the little white perlite balls out of it. Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, so Night Road, I don't have a TikTok shop. I have been trying my best. We started one, and then I closed it, but it will not like let me in there so that people stop ordering from it. So send me a message after this. Send me a message after this, and I'm gonna try to get you squared away. Like I don't know why it keeps letting people order from there, but contact me after this, and I'm gonna get some information from you, and then I'm gonna get you squared away. I'm glad you let me know it's TikTok. Everyone, if you want to order from me, go through my site, trueconjure.com. Not only do you have the finest and hoodoo related items, but also I have my own hoodoo coffee shop. I have I have my own hoodoo coffee shop. So if you are a coffee drinker and you love coffee like I do, then check out Crossroads Daily Brew. You can go through my site or you can go directly to crossroadsdailybrew.com, and we roast and grind in extremely small orders. So you know the coffee from us was not sitting on the shelf. Like you place that order, we get the roasting and grinding. And if you get a flavored coffee, because people love the turtle and they love the pecan pie, we honestly put the all natural flavors on the coffee while it's still warm. That's how fresh it is. It is still warm when we put the flavors on there. And we have blends, we have single source. Right now, I forgot I was drinking an energy drink. I had my coffee earlier, but you know, we have awesome blends. Right now, I'm drinking the Cowboy blend because I want some more robust. But y'all know we actually have Max Calf. I mean, it is blended, and the beans are chosen for maximum caffeine. And so, if you want to walk around here and clean your whole house at 4 o'clock in the morning legally, get you some Max Calf. Can we do cold coffee, salted caramel? I will check. I will check with my co-op on that. So I know we have cold coffee brew, but I don't think we have cold flavor. But I'll definitely check into that with you. And also, we've launched our own mushroom coffee. Right, Naomi and the Max Cap Monday. Night Road, I appreciate it. I try my best. That's why I try to get like the spiritual community online, not necessarily to be like me, but the thing is, authenticity sells. If you are trying to sell, authenticity sells. You don't have to have a hoodoo lineage to be great. You can be the first of your kind. But what happens is by being inauthentic from the beginning, it always puts you on your heels. And so you can never teach because you're spending all your time online having to defend. Like people will come on here and say, "Oh, this is what I do, and my family's been doing this for generations." I am generations. I've been here forever. And so when I say this is not a thing, and then I pull out my iPad and I show old news articles and whatnot saying this is where that came from, that is where this came from. This white lady invented this. This lady introduced this to the community. Well, now you're trying to defend that mystical imaginary grandma that you told people you had instead of teaching. because you can't teach anymore because you told everybody that your Meemaw been doing this for generations, and now you gotta, defend that. So just tell folks, hey, listen, I read some books, I put up an ancestor altar. This is what worked for me. Your mileage may vary, but this is what worked for me. And guess what? If you don't trip anybody's BS meter, they will come. That is one of my gifts. Besides being ruggedly handsome, well spoken, and spiritually gifted like Voldemort, and humble. Can't y'all tell I'm humble? I also don't trip BS meters. People know that when this camera goes off, I'm still me. Shoot, as Naomi and Sherry, they came down here. Sherry was like, I can tell y'all that the Crossroads dirt is authentically is authentically sourced because when they came down here, we went to Crossroads and collected dirt. Y'all, Sherry's so cute. Sherry was like, look, Sherry was like, I mean, Prophet, how much can I get? I don't want to get too much. I'm like, Sherry, it's dirt. It's dirt. Get as much as you want. It is dirt. Dirt. You heard Noonie? But I thought that was so cool. Sherry was like, I don't want to get too much. I'm like, it's dirt, Sherry. This ain't even my street. You can get as much as you want. Hey, can't she Noonie? Take it all the dirt you want. Dirt. Yeah, say dirt.
Okay.
I don't think you just said dirt, but that's okay. you know, yeah, Noonie and Wrecky Ralph, they are where it's at when as far as like me passing stuff on. Now, Big Ice, and y'all know I fuss at Big Ice all the time, but I love me some Big Ice. Big Ice said these people in New York City be looking at me crazy, but I be scooping the dirt. So not when I first met Big Ice, she been in the community, the Broken Army community, for a long time. But I told Big Ice, I said, Big Ice, collect you some grave, no, some Crossroads dirt. She said, Prophet, where do I get Crossroads? I live in New York City. Everything is paved. And I said, oh, Big Ice. But I'm used to that because for some reason when y'all think crossroads dirt, y'all think it's got to be an old dirt crossroad. I live off a dirt road, but you don't. I said, Big Ice, take you a sheet of paper, get you a broom, or you use your hand and sweep on top of that concrete, and I guarantee you some dirt will go on that paper. I guarantee you. Big Ice said, but this New York, the dirt is kind of dirty. And I said, this woman just said the dirt is dirty. She said the dirt is too dirty. She sure did. She sure did. She said the dirt is too dirty. I said, good God Almighty. The guy said, now use a nail brush and plastic spoon as pay. Okay, okay. Do you have to leave an offering to take the dirt? No. You don't have to leave an offering at the crossroads to take dirt. You do need to leave an offering if you're going to leave a working there. Okay. Tori said, I live in the corner of a four-way stop. Would that be considered a crossroad where I can gather dirt? Absolutely. Absolutely. A crossroads is a place where the roads cross. Something happened at 33 says, I now have to train my new neighbors on me doing odd looking things outside. Ain't nobody paying attention. Well, I don't know. Something happened at 33 done had a glow up. So they looking. But in reality, the world is so self-absorbed that they don't look at what we're doing out there. So one time, get over there. Get over here. One time I was collecting dirt from a bank. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning because I was headed down to Florida to thank you so much, Lex. I was going down to Florida to do some stuff with like my spiritual family down there. And so I was collecting dirt from a bank. Man, police pulled up. It was like, hey, You need help? You break down something? I know, sir. I'm good. He said, hey, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm a practitioner of an African traditional religion, kind of like voodoo, but not. And we believe that dirt from certain places holds certain energy. So I'm doing like a money spell, and I need some dirt from a place where the money is. Y'all, that man, who was very lightly melanated, looked at me like, okay, okay, carry on, sir. If you need some help, just hey, call. He'd ask for my ID, and he's like, carry on. If you don't draw attention to yourself, ain't nobody looking at you. So as long as you ain't walking outside looking like Miss Parker from Friday, you're gonna be all right. With the hose bending up, yeah, don't do all that. You'll be okay. Is it possible for someone to block a curse someone put on you? You mean take the curse off of you? Is that what you're asking? Right. Once he heard voodoo, he was ready to leave. Absolutely. Now y'all know it's funny. So, I'm in the middle of an 8-week hoodoo boot camp, and we have class every Monday at 7. Now, remember, we were just talking about how people are unsure, so they ask a lot of redundant questions. How about somebody in my class messaging me talking about, hey, Prophet, happy Monday. Are we having class tonight? Now, you know I'm message back. It's Monday, ain't it? It's Monday, ain't it? So, this is what I'm going to do. Um, and it's only going to work for like YouTube or Kick. It'll work for Twitch as well. Um, Sorry, TikTok, they don't allow integrations like this. But what I'm going to do is, y'all know we have commands that, well, I have bots that will, provide information. Like the bot keeps telling y'all how to get a reading, right? That's a bot. A bot tells you how to sow a seed, which y'all ain't used, but it tell you how to do it. You know, it tell you the cash app if you feel inclined. You know, So you can also trigger the bot with certain commands and whatnot, like like clipping and stuff like that. What I'm gonna do is I am going to, and I talked to Coco about this. Um, I'm going to have the bot program. So like if someone puts exclamation point road opening, it will give you a link to one of my road opening videos. Or if I put exclamation point money spell, it'll give you a link to that. So that way, look, my mods don't have to work so hard. God.
Nova underscore Sherry says the bots are extremely helpful.
Yes, they are. The bots are extremely helpful. Thank you. Sherry, you love that Trump voice. I do too. So that way, and maybe every few weeks I'll switch it up. I like the Trump voice too. Sherry, use the Trump voice and have it say make Hoodoo great again. Matter of fact, hold on. Y'all hold on. Are you getting sleepy? Nooney's getting sleepy. I told y'all. Look, I mean, I want to get up.
Nova underscore Sherry says make Hoodoo great again.
Make Hoodoo great again. I'm gonna show y'all something. Be right back. And then we gotta end the live because Nooney's getting ready to go to sleep. She's dozing. Y'all hold on. What up, Junior? Or is it JR? Sound like the Rice Krispie cereal standing up. What y'all think? Wait, how do I there we go. What y'all think about what y'all think about that? Listen, I put this hat on and my mom was like, "What you got that?" Oh, okay. I'm like, "Calm down, mom. Calm down." Luna Mott says, "Hey, handsome, listen. Luna Mott, I don't know much about you, but I know you got 20/20 vision."
Nova underscore Sherry says, Prophet, you just made Hoodoo great again.
I try my best. I try my best. So let me get off this live. But bro, Junior, why is why are you leaning? Hold on. What's this thing leaning? Anyway, this is what I'm about to do. So YouTube, y'all about to get a blitz. Like I'm about to blitz y'all with videos, starting with a special request from my god brother, JR. I'm gonna give y'all a couple of lodestone workings. All right, give y'all a couple of lodestone workings. So I'm gonna drop a video a week. A video a week. I know, no, a video a day this entire week on YouTube, and then come Saturday on Kick, Spooky Scary Saturday. Make sure you send me if you have a pair. I don't look. I don't like when the thing is tilted. It looks weird to me. There, better. So, yeah, Spooky Sinister Saturday. So yeah, we're gonna be watching scary movies together. We're gonna be telling scary stories. Hopefully, I might have some scary story content creators come on and tell story. If you have a paranormal story that you want to tell, then you can come up. Or if you want me to tell it, then send it to me. I'll tell it. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play some horror games as well. While the time that the veil is thin. Someone asked why they say the veil is thin. Well, they say that there's a veil between this world and the next, and that this time of the year it is very thin. So I don't know. Oh, somebody hit the cash app. Let me see. Open it up. Because sometimes people be like, don't say my name, and I don't. I abbreviate y'all's names when y'all hit the cash app. I remember that song. God, let these people know. You got a cash app. I found out that that's not what he was saying in the song, and then somebody told me what he was saying in that song, and I said, "Whoa, that's music now." Because I thought that's what he was saying. Let these people know. You want a cash app? So initial CM, thank you so much for the cash app. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Black Cat, Cherry, listen, I thought that's what he was saying. Cash app. And then when I found out what the lyrics really were, I'm like, whoa, that is not kind. Yola84 says my fast money jar is ghetto. Couldn't find any string to bind it, so I used scotch tape. Hey, now that right there is using that is how the ancestors work with what they had. If they don't have string, hey, use what you got. People put so many weird ingredients and stuff in the workings and then be like, I told you, I gave y'all the psychology behind it, why people do that. I think sometimes people want to fail. I don't know why they would want to, but I think they want to overcomplicate things, like I said, so they don't have to start. Because you can't fail if you don't start. This ain't the best. What is this? Ultra Fantasy Ruby Red. This is not the best. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here. Um, it has been amazing. Y'all have been great as usual. You know, and if y'all noticed, I don't want to jinx it. I'm gonna go wood softly because Noonie is asleep. But have y'all noticed there were no dumb questions this entire live? It's going on 2 hours. No dumb questions. No trolls. Like, hey, this live was meant to happen, or maybe we just got lucky. Either way, we didn't have to ban nobody. Either way, thank each and every one of y'all for coming out. I appreciate it. If hey Kenny, if you in here because it's work and you can't speak because it's work, the center of the day is Jean Paul Gaultier La Male Elixir. Technically, it's too warm for it. The owl one kind of. I don't think that was a troll. I think that was just somebody who wanted to know. So Jean Paul Gaultier La Male Elixir is kind of a heavy scent, but listen, it's only getting up to 83 down here today. So in my mind, I'm like, ooh, ooh, boy, it's breezy. It's breezy today. I'm gonna wear some heavy. I started I started to wear the oud for greatness, but it's a little too warm for oud. You wear oud fragrance right now. My sister already gonna fuss because she doesn't like anything that smells like vanilla. Look, let me tell y'all how extra she can be sometimes. So if I'm wearing a cologne, she'll come home and hand me Noonie and be like, "Ooh, you got to wash her hair. She smell like that." I'm like, "It'll wear off. It will wear off." I thought it was a spiritual meaning behind it. Listen, y'all be thinking spiritual meaning behind everything. Look, y'all see the color yellow. Gots to be Oshun. Look, y'all see what is it? Um, y'all see buzzard circling. What does that mean? It means there's something dead over there. It means something dead. Oasis Oracle and more. What's going on? Cat, you love vanilla. Look, the thing is, I love gourmand. Thank you for the heart me. I love gourmand. Scents. I don't want anything overly sweet. As a man, I don't want anything overly sweet. But there's nothing wrong with like having a little sweetness in your fragrances. So I will sometimes have something uber masculine, like Dracar Noir. Do not, hey, that old school Dracar Noir still slaps. Don't sleep on it. But then I'll have something like this that has a little bit of sweetness to it as well. Temp, what up, Temp? Right, Sherry. Too many flies. People think they got monitoring spirits. Woo. Too many monitoring spirits. Kaya la boca sha, shadabahanda. But y'all, let me get out. Let me get off of here before I wake this little girl up. And if I wake her up, I'm mailing her to one of y'all. I'm gonna go through the chat, see who was like, let that baby talk. And listen, you will have a FedEx overnight priority. She'll be there by 10:30 tomorrow. But I'll wait till like 6 o'clock. I'm gonna ship her off late, so she's not in transit for too long. Be kind. I don't want to be in transit for too long, so I'll wait till like 6, and then she'll be there first thing in the morning. Shoot, or if you live in Georgia, I'll meet you halfway. We'll meet in Macon somewhere. Tim said they their own monitoring spirit. Sometimes I think, Tim, you done changed your profile picture. I can tell when it's getting near cuffing season. Cause I look at y'all profile pictures changing, and y'all go from my little raggedy little spiritual sisters to doggone glam up golden girl sex kitten. I'm like, hold on now, hold on. I thought you went from my little raggedy old spiritual sister to that name Black Barbie. That's how I could tell it's damn cuffing season. So I know I'm gonna have to do some love spells this week. I know I'm gonna have to, oh, speaking of love spells, y'all know I don't promote or anything. I have a site. I'm the only person with a business that tells you how to do stuff. But if you want me to do it, hey, you can't. Hey, financial minister, what's going on? I have um Tiptoe says stop calling us raggedy. Yeah, my little raggedy spiritual sisters. Yeah, I love y'all. But all y'all, hey, it come near cuffing season, and next thing you know, two things. Knee pop, y'all gotta stand like this. I'm not throwing up GD. That's how y'all stand. Knee pop, duck face, downward angle. Y'all do. Tell me online. Tell me online. Come cuffing season, that's every picture. And somehow you gotta have the three fingers on the camera. Why are y'all like this? Why are y'all like this? Why are y'all like this? Now, see, back in my day, you could always tell because whenever you pulled out a camera, every sister would turn around and look over her shoulder, point her ass at the camera. I said, I don't even know what y'all's faces look like because every time I pull out a camera, it's come on, big buddy. Come on, don't wake your sister up. Come on. Hold on, y'all. Ooh, I'm back. About to close this thing out. Dude. Oh, cookie. Stop eating both cookies at once. Y'all, I went in there and he was like, oh, he had chew in the back end. But if I, Skipper. Tiptoe says, I hope the next time you order Coke, they give you Dr. Pepper. Don't you put that voodoo on me. Don't you wish that voodoo on me, Ricky Bobby. Gigi Baby? How you go from JoJo to Gigi Baby? I don't understand this. But anyway, the triple threat pose, right. Triple threat pose. Knee pop, duck face, downward angle. I know what happened. Now all your the fat in your face falls backward. That's why y'all do it. You know, I'm gonna marry the first woman that send me a pretty picture from her with her leaning over the camera like that. Like we get married. Lean over the camera. You still pretty? We get married. I'll send you the address. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. Let's go. Matter of fact, we like look, meet me at the UPS store. So we get everything notarized right there. Just yeah, meet me at the UPS store. We gonna get it notarized. Oh, if y'all would like a Make Hoodoo Great Again hat, they're on my website. I'm gonna put this one on there for all of you who think you got to put glitter on candles. There you go. Y'all gonna be flower girls. Look, you, Coco said her and Noonie gonna be flower girls at the wedding.
Nova underscore Sherry says your ancestors did not sparkle.
They did not. They absolutely did not sparkle. Look, Tim said, meet me at the bank with your debit card. Golly. Ladies, I'll sing at the wedding. Okay. Oh my gosh. Meet you at the, hey, listen, at least I have a bank account. You know what I mean? Let me tell you, my brother, my brothers and sisters, I'm gonna close with this. We are running giveaways. Oh, so we have not yet gotten a response back from the winner of the Hoodoo Tarot deck. So we may do another drawing for that. I'm doing the drawing for the other. So we may have a two tarot deck drawing coming up here soon. Oh, Night Road. I'm sorry, brother. You said, how do you feel about horseshoes? I've got one hanging above the door here and the door of the shop. They are for good luck. So we may have another drawing. Um, but if you want to enter the drawing, make sure you like, share, comment on posts of any of my social media. Or that's good for one drawing. Make a purchase from TrueConjure.com, either a bag of coffee or a hoodoo related item, and that is good for two. Yeah, make sure you follow and subscribe as well. Look, look, I'm gonna show y'all something. Look, I be like, let me slide up out of here because I ain't about to stand up with these gray sweats on. Listen, I ain't about. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not. Doggone dirty girls. I didn't hear. All right, so this is mine. So you see, it says Crossroads Tea and Coffee Shop. Crossroads Tea and Crossroads Tea and Coffee Shop. Now I know y'all's like Prophet. That bag looks like I can't help what this bag looks like. I'm not them and they are not me. We both just drew inspiration for drinking coffee on an autumn day. But if you would like organic mushroom coffee for less than the other folks that's black owned and operated, make sure you check out Crossroads Daily Brew. All right. All right, last one. Which way to hang horseshoes over the door? Honestly, it doesn't matter. So, because I know what you're asking. Some people ask, do you hang it with the points down or with the points up? It does not matter. It doesn't. I always hang it with the points down because it's easier. I nail, a hammer and nail above the door, and it just sits like that. It makes it easier. B's up, A time down. It just sits easier like that. Because if I try to hang it like that, you know what kind of gravitational wizardry I gotta do? I just put one nail and drape it. Easier. Easy peasy. Beautiful cover girl. Peace said thanks for today. Thank y'all. It's Monday. I know sometimes we need a little extra spark, a little extra push to get through Monday. I'm here for y'all, man. I am. You know, as grumpy as I am, or as y'all know, like somebody made a comment about Noonie what last week, and y'all saw how heated I became. I'm just as heated with y'all. Well, not with y'all, but when y'all be like, this one scammed me, that one, I'm like, it don't even have to be that way. Just teach the people. Just teach the people. We don't have to get on here and be angry, shuffling hard, telling people, well, if you ain't tap in, don't ask me no question. If you ain't tapped in and you tap in 777, 333 for one question, man, come on. Come on. You gotta do all that. Teach the folks. They'll come. And with that being said, y'all better show up. Come on. I'm not. Am I running I don't think I'm running a sale this week. Hmm. So feel. Hey, yeah, you feel safe about ordering. Cause I know sometimes like I don't want to order, and then the coupon code comes out. No, go ahead. But I know because Sherry has taught me. No, it was Naomi that said this. And I was like, Prophet, we should have it Friday. We were talking about the Hoodoo community working. She's like, we should have it Friday because people get paid on the first on Wednesday, so they'll have money. And me and Sherry were like, huh, that ain't how it worked, Naomi. No, no. See, money comes in on the first. It's gonna be gone by Friday. It's just gonna be gone. Cause that first check of the month is either rent or mortgage check. Second check is car note and utilities. That's how it go. But honestly, that is why. Look. I know how this thing. I know my people. I know my people. I am a man of the spiritual community. I'm a man of the people. I know y'all. I know y'all. If I don't know nothing else, I know y'all. That's why look, people try to hype me up about having a meetup, right? You ought to have a thing, have a ring. I'm not having a ring shout, and I'm being nice. I'm not doing that. People hype you up like you ought to have a thing, and we'll pay. Oh y'all, oh really? So if I were to have like a hoodoo meetup with a bunch of classes, y'all would pay? Right. No, y'all won't. No, y'all won't. I know y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all too much to let y'all sit here and lie straight up to my face. No, y'all wouldn't. If it costs more than $100, y'all ain't coming. I know. But I love y'all nonetheless. Shoot. So, but you can come to this $10 community money working. $10. Y'all come on. All right. Ouch. 10 bucks. Y'all come on. We're gonna meet ahead of the working to go through the visualization needed to make this a success for you and everyone involved. And then y'all come on. Where we book for that? You can book. Go to. I need to add it to my link tree. I need to add it to my link tree. But you contact everyone. Everyone, if you're interested in coming to either the webinar that's on the 29th, the triple threat webinar. It's gonna be a long one. Hard pause. Or you want to come to the community money working, then make sure you contact me. Make sure you contact me. But anyway, let me get out of here. It's been 2 hours. Why I been on live for 2 hours? This don't make no sense. What's up, Determined Growth? How are you? And I think my 8 week boot camp, y'all have like 4 more classes, I think, and then that's it, including tonight. So tonight and 3 more, or tonight and 2 more, something like that. Then when that's it, was over with. I'll start another one in January. So I may put the pre-book for the next session on the site tonight. But no, the class is not starting until January. Okay. Anyway, let me get out of here. Make sure you download the Real Hoodoo app. Send me a DM if you are there and you're interested in any of the classes. I'll send you the link. Otherwise, contact me on the platforms here and I'll get my link tree to you so that you can go to my link tree and have all my information about where to go and for what. Okay? Okay. All right. Well, listen, y'all been absolutely amazing. As always, thank y'all for the gifts. Thank you for the kicks. Thank you for the super chats on YouTube. I know you are not invisible. What did you ask? I am so sorry. What did you ask? Yo, this says thank you, Uncle Prophet. What did you ask? Sugar Plum? Vay, thank you for the 10 kicks. You are amazing. I need to find out why those are not showing up. Okay, you asked. Okay, I asked if it was okay to mix angelic root, damiana, and sarsaparilla together. What are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to accomplish? Dina, you already signed up? All right, good job. For beauty, now, hey, you don't need it. But no, instead of the angelical root, add some oh Lord, it is escaping me. It is escaping me. Um oh no. No, you know what? You already have the sarsaparilla. You already have the sarsaparilla. So honestly, you can just go with the first two, and you don't need the angelica root. Now, if you want, you could add rose petals instead of angelica. Okay, rose petals. Because see, the thing is, rose petals attract more of like a comfortable type of warm fuzzy love. Damiana gives you like that very sexual energy, where sarsaparilla is like has like a glamoring effect when you bathe in it. So you could use those three, and mind you, but mind you, you have to visualize what it is, what image you're trying to project as you are taking the bath. Okay, so literally shower first because you don't want to scrub your tail in a spiritual bath. Make sure you shower first. Mix together sarsaparilla, damiana, and rose petals in a basin and pour it over your head. Or after you shower, you can fill the tub up and put those ingredients in there and bathe with them, and then you'll be okay. All right. Now, before someone asks, is there a Bible verse? Did I say one? What you want more cookies? Seriously, dude, this is the last set of cookies. Like seriously, we about to have lunch. This is the last set of cookies because you are sarsaparilla, not saffron, sarsaparilla. All right. Thank y'all so much. I'm about to get up out of here. Y'all have a good one. Yep. Peace up, a time. But why is that stuck in my head? Anyway, I will be doing more IRL streaming. Make sure you follow me on all my platforms. Okay. TikTok, y'all got spoiled because y'all know um TikTok been sold, so who knows what they about to do. So y'all might want to follow me on Fanbase if you're over there. But like 10 years worth of content is over on YouTube. 10 years worth of content is over on YouTube. Every type of spell working, whatever you can imagine or you want to ask me about, it is on YouTube. And if you want more in real life live streams like this, then Kick is where I'll be. All right. Thank y'all so much. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Let me get up out of here. All right. Make sure y'all sign up for the 2 webinars. May says, I follow you on platforms and may the good Lord bless you. May, because you're absolutely amazing. Thank y'all so much. Right. Don't scrub your tail in a spiritual bath. Like, good grief. Y'all be in a spiritual bath butt flossing. No. All right. Shower, get clean first, and then take the spiritual bath. All right. All right. Y'all have a good one. God bless.